Alrighty, I think I am live. You know, these live streams are so tricky. You kind of think you are, but then you're not sure if you are, but then you really are, and then you're not ready, and then you are. So we're going to assume we are alive. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Let me know where you're watching from and what time is it in your time zone. It is 10:09 p.m. for me because I'm in Pakistan, Asia. And it's a Saturday night. So this is what I'm doing on a Saturday night here with you guys, just hanging out. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I see a couple of people joining in. Say hi in the live chat. And as you guys are coming in and saying hi in the live chat, let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to be talking about in today's live stream and also what's coming up and who I am in case this is your first time ever seeing me live. So let's get the show on the road, guys. I'm Salma Jaffrey. You are in the right YouTube channel. If you're trying to grow your personal brand, you are an entrepreneur, you're an online consultant, you are developing courses, you are a solopreneur, you're a freelancer, you're a small business owner, because my channel is all about helping you make sure that you can use YouTube and leverage YouTube as a marketing platform to develop your brand and your business. And that's what I'm all about. That's what the channel is all about. And if that's what you want to do, then you are in the right place to grow your personal brand. So today we're going to be talking about lots of things. We're going to start off with some announcements that I have coming up. March is going to be a very busy month, full of all sorts of really amazing things happening, and I want to share that with you. I have not shared that yet on any social media channel. So YouTube live stream today is going to be the first place where I'm going to be sharing a lot of new developments that are taking place in my life and my business. And I'm also going to be able to talk with you about the topic today, which is how to understand your audience on YouTube. So if you already have a YouTube channel, then how to understand your audience better. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, then how can you start to understand the kind of audience that you may be looking at? And I just realized that there's all of these mattresses showing. Hang on one second. Let me just fix the background. Move that there. Alrighty, that's better. That was bothering me. I want to see all of that. Okay, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. Callie, hi. Imtiaz, I am good. How are you? Hasta Silo, San Antonio, 1109. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining. What I grow, it's 1809. That's around 6 p.m. in the Netherlands. Amazing. Good job joining in the evening on a Saturday. Banu's Quilling Point. Hi guys. How are you? So amazing to see you guys joining in. Also, if you have joined in and not said hi yet, go ahead and say hi. Let me know what time it is and where you're joining in from. All right. So I'm going to start this off with a question for you. It's a pretty simple yes or no question. Do you know who your audience is on your YouTube channel? Fairly simple yes or no question. And then we're going to drill down deeper, and I am going to be asking you guys a lot more questions because we want you to get to a lot more answers than just yes or no, right? So the question is, do you know who your audience is on YouTube? Yes or no, put it down in the live chat as I get started with today's announcements. And excuse me for 1 second. Oh, I thought it was a cough. Apparently not. Oh, apparently it's going to be something else. Okay, it's nothing. All right. Okie dokie. All right, we're going to start off with a couple of things that I wanted to tell you guys about. The first thing is, and I'm quite excited about this, is that, that I use YouTube to leverage my brand. And one of the biggest things that I'm going to be the moderator in this chat. Okay. One of the biggest things that I use YouTube for is to build credibility. And one of my passions is speaking on stage. And I like to use the YouTube channel to build credibility and show people that I can teach and I can train and I can I can be somebody who can be on stage and should be invited as a speaker to various events, because that's something I like to do. And so the YouTube channel is the launch pad for more speaking gigs. Now, I don't do a lot of speaking gigs because it's hard. It involves a lot of travel, and I have young kids. But I do like to take on a few interesting speaking gigs every year. And so what I try to do, and what I want you to see, is that YouTube in and of itself, just having a YouTube channel can lead to so much more. So if you're thinking of your YouTube channel as just, okay, you know what, I have this YouTube channel and it's going to make me money, you're limiting yourself, because you can leverage your YouTube channel to do so many more things. You could leverage your YouTube channel to do guest posting. You could leverage your YouTube channel to get speaking gigs, writing gigs, authoring books, doing online courses, teaching somewhere, entertaining, getting up on stage. Like, so many opportunities can come. All right. So I want you to get into the mindset, because this is where I'm headed right now. I want to share with you a couple of interesting things that have happened. But I want you to get into the mindset that YouTube is a tool. It is a platform that can be used in many, many, many different ways to bring you happiness and the kind of results and independence and freedom and money and business and clients and all sorts of things that you may want. So I really don't think that it's something that you can limit yourself to. Like, okay, you can't, it's kind of limiting to say, oh, I want to make money from AdSense and that's it, when there's so much more that the platform is capable of doing for you. So here's where I'd like to come back to. I like to think of YouTube as a launching pad, right? You want to think of YouTube as a launch pad, that, okay, whatever I want to do in life, let's first get on this platform, because what that is going to do for you is really build visibility. And if you think about anything that you want to do in life, building visibility is the first step, right? Nobody's going to follow you or buy from you or learn from you or want to connect with you if they don't know what you're about, if you cannot get your message across, if you don't have a message, if you don't know what you want, right? It all starts with visibility. You've got to have a strong message, and you've got to have a platform such as YouTube to get that message across. So think of YouTube as an enabler. It's a technology that enables you to get your message across. And a lot of people, when they're starting on YouTube, they're hesitant and they're shy and they don't know what to talk about and they're not sure. And that is all okay. That is natural. That is part of the process. That is part of growth. So don't think that because you're not sure what to talk about, you shouldn't be on the platform. No. When I first started, it was with a completely different idea than where I am right now. My videos were focused on corporates. They were focused on a lot of marketing jargon. They were really bad videos, but I had to do those videos to get clarity on where I'm headed and where I am today. And I might change again. I might, pivot again, depending on what is happening. The market is always changing. You as a person are always evolving. So don't think you can't start because you're not sure. Instead, start so that you can be sure. Okay, so starting comes first. I want to quickly jump into the comments to see what you're saying, and then I'll tell you why this was relevant to talk about right now. Hi, Philip. You're from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Yay, Canada. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Callie is saying, no, I don't know my audience. I'm helping my daughter build a new beauty channel. I expect her audience to be young ladies, but YouTube says it's a much older audience of women. Okay, we'll get to that. I would love to do speaking engagements someday. Awesome. Understand the launch. Yes. So much more if you have money. It doesn't do anything if you have no money. I so totally disagree with that, Philip. I completely disagree. The FBI, which she's not telling you. Philip, don't go there. I may have to ban you from chat if you get too conspiracy theory on me. Okay, putting you in timeout. Hey guys, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the reason why I'm telling you guys that do not limit yourself with YouTube is because in March, I'm doing something very exciting that's kind of really big and scary for me. And also, it seems like it's all happening for me and I totally deserve this. Like, and at the same time, I am having like massive amounts of imposter syndrome as well. So imposter syndrome and yes I deserve it, imposter syndrome and yes I deserve it. I'm like a pendulum, right? So what's going on is that I said yes to a speaking gig in Sweden, in Stockholm, Sweden, and it's taking place in middle of March. I'll share the exact dates on inside my Facebook group, but it's taking place. And the thing is that the audience is going to be 1,500 marketers, and this will probably be the first time where I'll be talking to a completely corporate audience. And actually, you know what? Let me show you guys what the stage looks like. Hang on. I just want to share this with you. Give me 1 second. Do I have this open? Google Chrome is where we want to go, I think. Yeah, Chrome is where we want to go. So hopefully you can see this. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see the stage? I mean, it's like I can't even begin to describe. Hang on, I'm just going to open it up on my phone here so I can see if you can see this or not. And make sure that you can see this. Give me 1 second, guys. No, you can't. Okay, you can't see this. Hang on, I'm sharing the wrong screen here. All right, stop this. Let's try again. Oh, there we go. There it is. Okay, there it is. So this is the event, and that's going to be the stage right there. And that's going to be like 1,500 people in the audience. It's going to be all marketers. And these are like the amazing other speakers. And if you scroll, I mean, oh my God, I'm right there. That's me. This is happening. And it's so surreal. It's so surreal. I mean, you might think that, oh, you know what's the big deal or whatever, but it is a big deal. And one of the biggest reasons why it's a big deal is because I'm sitting in a very, developing country, and to be able to have access to opportunities like this, to have access to global opportunities like this is just, it's just my wildest dreams come true, right? It's wilder than my wildest dreams. And YouTube has enabled this, which, is just so surprising. And at the same time, it's so humbling, and at the same time, so grateful. At the same time, hopefully really inspiring for you guys to see. Like, I'm not even anybody. Like, I'm not famous, and I'm not, really out there, but I can still, and I don't have a massive channel, which is the biggest thing. People are like, you have to have like 100,000 subscribers, or you have to be making like, 7-figure income or whatever. But no, you can have a smaller channel, which is a good channel, which provides value, and you can be somebody who has a strong message to share. And I think those are really way more important than vanity metrics like subscribers and views, which matter. But I think the content matters so much more. Even if 10 people are watching, but it's the right 10 people, they might hire you for an event like this. And that's exactly what's happening with my channel. It is small, and people look at it and they, the ones who don't get it, they're like, oh, what do you know? You're not even there. Like, you're not even at 100K mark yet or whatever, right? You're not even growing. And I receive like hate comments like that. Just like last week, I shared with you guys inside the Facebook group, I shared with you guys comments where people are like, whatever, you don't even know. But really, opportunities like this are coming my way because of the YouTube channel, and because I'm consistent, and because I'm constant in sharing value. I mean, I think it just really comes down to, and if you take away nothing else from this live stream, just take this away. Your audience will find you if you are constantly and committedly and passionately sharing the message which is resonating with you then and at that moment. And that message might change, right? So what happened is that, so I'm going to be going to Sweden later this next month. So today is still February 29th. So this is middle of March. And then there's another conference that got in touch with me, and they said, we want you to come and speak, and I'll be giving 2 speeches over there. And before I tell you about this, so the Sweden one is the marketing departments of huge companies. Like we're talking IKEA, we're talking H&M. And I mean, thinking about that freaks me out a little bit, but it's also bloody exciting. I'm like, wow, like who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? And I love you guys in the comments. Thank you so much. You're telling me you've got this. You'll be amazing. Thank you so much. Yes, so exciting. Yes, it is. Worldwide platform. Absolutely. Definitely. Purple Crew. Yay. Definitely. So thank you so much for using this as inspiration. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I see people succeeding and doing the things, I'm so inspired because it makes me feel like, you know what, it's possible. And if things are possible, then you just need to figure out how to connect the dots, really. Anyway, so moving on. The next conference that I'll be speaking at after this one is equally exciting. I haven't lined it up. Hang on, let me just open that one as well. Might as well, right? All right, let me just share that screen with you as well. So here we go. So the next one that I'll be speaking at is VidCon. You might have heard of it. It's a worldwide conference held all over the world. So I'm going to be speaking at the Abu Dhabi event, which is the first event that they're holding in the Middle East. And they already have VidCon every year in the US. They have it in London. They have one in Australia. They had one in Singapore last year. And then this is the first one in the Middle East. So really, really excited here as well. And I know I saw my name there somewhere, but it's just such an amazing. So I'm in the industry track as well as the creator track. So I'll be doing one track for creators where I'll be teaching them how to make videos and stuff. And then I'm going to, there I am. So I'm also going to be teaching an industry track where I'll be teaching corporate level folks on how to use YouTube. So both on the creator level, so individuals and personal brands, such as a lot of people who are on my channel right now, and also then on the corporate level, teaching companies and brands how to use YouTube. And I think it's an amazing platform to be able to talk about this. And I think the Middle East is an upcoming market. So it's really exciting to, be there and be able to do that. So that's what's happening. It's just mind-blowingly amazing for me to think that all these opportunities are happening because of this YouTube channel. And then the last one that I want to share with you, hang on, let me load this page as well, is a guest posting opportunity. And the reason that I'm really excited about this one is because this opportunity is going to be on a blog that I've been following since like 2005 or something. And I look up to this blog, and it has been one of the blogs that I was attracted by when I decided to leave corporate work and have my own business. And this was the blog that inspired me to do that. And I'm going to be guest posting on this blog, or I've been invited to do that. So let me again share my screen here. And share that with you. Where'd it go? Oh, it's still loading. Just give me 1 second, guys. Okay, hopefully you should be able to see it with this one. Okay, let me check. Just checking if this is the right screen that's opened. Like this delay is really, yeah, okay. So it's the Content Marketing Institute blog. And if you guys are familiar with the term content marketing, you'd know that it started to gain acceptance, and it started to trend in like the late 2009, 10, like something like that. But I've been following it since 2005. And they've just recently asked me to guest post on this blog. And I'm going to guess here at the readership, but I'm going to guess it's like above like 100,000 people who come to this website. Like they have 210,000 RSS feed subscribers. And I mean, just look at their social stats. So it's a huge, huge opportunity to be in front of like a whole lot of people. So all of this is happening, and it is stuff that is all being enabled by the YouTube channel. So all of these opportunities, and of course I say no to a lot of opportunities as well, which are not a good fit for my brand, or I think that this is not where I want to go. But saying yes to these opportunities has been so humbling and so exciting. And, I always feel that when stuff comes in, it's sort of all just comes in together like an avalanche, like nothing is happening, and then everything will be happening all at once, and it'll be like a mad scramble to manage everything. And literally that's what's happening with my life right now. Like I have like all sorts of video shoots planning, and like speech writings going on, and then planning for writing articles. Like the CMI one is going to be like probably like a 2,000 word guest post, right? And then lots of other things happening, like client work happening. And then it's just that, everything happens all together. And a lot of people say that, what, right now, I'm too busy right now. I can't do this right now. Like a lot of people write to me and they're like, what, I can't start a channel right now. I'm too busy. And here's what they forget. You'll always be busy. Everything that happens always happens together. Like, I don't know if you've noticed this about life or not, but it's kind of crazy that whenever things happen, it's never the right time. You never feel like, oh, okay, now would be the right time for all of this to happen. It's always like crazy, crazy, crazy stuff happens together, right? So my theory is that don't wait for the right time. Don't wait for opportunities. Take them as they come and get them done. Say yes first. Figure out how you're going to do it later. At least when you're starting out, that's a good mindset to have. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about that I have been working really hard on, and before I get to that is I want to just check in on the comments. Gardner is also speaking here. Is there really? There's a gardener in the speaker lineup. I did not notice. Okay, I wish I could. Garden, no, it's the content. Yes, very exciting, amazing, motivating, inspiring. Hi, Bruno, using Zoom. Yes, I am. CMI. Yes, very cool. Hi, Scully. How are you? Good to see you here. So, okay. So the next thing that I wanted to get to. So we talked about having the content front and center and your message front and center on your YouTube channel, and not really worrying about vanity metrics, like how many views and subscribers you have. Focus on making great content, focus on giving value. That was the first thing. All of these opportunities are coming my way, not because I have the hugest channel in the world or because I'm super famous, but because it's a good content match for companies and brands looking for that particular thing. So the Sweden thing is happening because of that. VidCon is happening because of that. The guest post for Content Marketing Institute, CMI, is happening because of that. And so that is, if there's anything you want to take away from this, that is what you should take away from it, is that opportunities will come to you, and YouTube is a great credibility platform for you to be able to attract these opportunities or go after these opportunities. Sometimes they may not come to you, you might have to go after them, but when people see your channel, they see the content, it's going to speak for itself. So I really think that you have to focus on getting clarity on your message, and everything else will happen after that. Thambi, hi. I'm using a webcam. So I'm using the Logitech webcam right now to live stream. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to tell you guys about is the fact that I have a course called YouTube Launchpad. And the reason that I want to talk about it right now is because I just recently updated parts of that course because YouTube has been making a lot of changes. And when YouTube makes changes, a lot of things get redundant or people can find things, right? And so YouTube has now completely revamped the back end. So what used to be called Creator Studio is now called YouTube Studio. And if you haven't yet made the switch, I strongly encourage you to make the switch because YouTube wants people to get on that new platform because they will be discontinuing Creator Studio. Okay. Let me know in the comments, actually, are you using YouTube Studio? Just give me a quick yes. Okay. Excuse me. And if you're still using Creator Studio, make the switch. Make the switch now because it's going to happen anyways. And you want that time to learn it. You don't want to be that it just lands on your head one day and you're not prepared and you're not ready. Okay. So use YouTube Studio on the back end to look at your analytics, which is what I'm coming to. So I just revamped the entire course and I remade modules. Well, it's module 6 called YouTube Analytics. Okay. And so one of the things I wanted to tell you guys is that if you didn't know, I have a course. It's called YouTube Launchpad. And you can go to the description of this video and the link is there. So you can go to salmajaffrey.com/join and all the information about the course, all the modules, everything that's included is in there. And the reason why I want to tell you this today right now is because so many people want to do things and they want to, have clarity. But the place that you get stuck is that YouTube has so many moving parts. You've got to do SEO, you've got to do scripting, you've got to do audience development, you've got to do content strategy, you've got to do promotion, you've got to do distribution, you've got to know how to read your analytics. There are so many moving parts. And yes, you can do that and you can use free videos, which I highly encourage you to do it. Okay, guys, can you let me know in the chat if you can still see me? Because I just got a message that I lost the connection. Can you still see me? Lost connection there for a bit. I think I'm back. Just let me know before I go on. Okay, I think I'm back. Yeah. Okay. So the chat has hanged on the other screens, but I just switched and yeah. Okay. Everything is good. So what we want to do, hang on one second. Let me mute this thing here. Just give me 1 second, guys. Just want to mute the audio on this. Okay. So, where was I? Lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah. So I was talking about YouTube Launchpad, and I was telling you guys that there are a lot of moving parts on YouTube. And so, yes, you can consume all of this information for free. But the reason why I encourage that when and if you can invest in a course, think about investing either in YouTube Launchpad or some other course, because what's that is going to do, it's going to give you a step-by-step process to follow. And that is really important when you are trying to build and grow and get traction with your YouTube channel, because you do not want to spend all your time figuring out the platform, right? Yes, Mrs. P. Tartland, hi. YouTube Launchpad, I have put the link in the description. So if you just scroll right down below where I'm speaking, there should be a coupon code for you, and it will say speaker. So it says use coupon code speaker to get $100 off of my YouTube Launchpad course. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to give you guys $100 off for the next 3 days because I have just added a new module and I have revamped the entire analytics module inside the course. So the entire analytics module is now in line with the new YouTube Studio. And so you can understand what those analytics mean. You can understand how to read the data, and you can understand how to get insights from what the analytics are telling you. But that's not all, of course. That's module 6. So there are obviously 5 other modules that come before that. So there's a module on branding, there's a module on SEO, there's a module on content strategy, on scripting, on filming, on distribution, on promotion, and then on analytics, right? So there is so much information in there, but it's not overwhelming. And what I wanted to do inside the course is I wanted to give you a step-by-step, as one of my clients called the course. And he said that it was such a step-by-step course. It was like he literally would watch one video and then pause the video and then go and implement that thing on YouTube. And that's literally how I made the course. I want you to be able to take out like half a day or, from your busy schedule, watch one video and go and implement. Watch the video and go and implement. And by the end of that course, once you have watched the videos and implemented, your channel will be up. Your videos will be all planned out. You will know what videos you're making for the next 3 months. You will know exactly how you're filming them, and maybe you've already started to film them. You'll know what to do, how to distribute them, and you will know how to read the data that's coming in from the analytics. So it's a full end-to-end course, and the coupon code expires in 3 days. So it's a little bit more than 3 days. So it's actually March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So at the end of March 3rd, the coupon code is going to expire. So the coupon code is speaker. And if you go to salmajafri.com/join and then just click through from there to buy the course, and then you get $100 off if you put in the code speaker. And the other thing that I wanted to tell you is that I don't want this to be like a lot of people, and especially a lot of course creators, they think that the work is done once they've made a course and it's live and then that's it. And they'll just watch the passive income roll in or something. Okay, that's not how I roll. The thing is that YouTube is a platform that is constantly evolving. Best practices are constantly changing. New things come up all the time. And so what I want the course to be is a living, dynamic course. So you will find me making changes, making updates, adding new things as things change. So really what you're buying is not a static course, but you're buying something that I intend to be fully on top of all the time. My job is to make sure that I know what YouTube is doing at all times and be able to translate that information so that you can use that to maximum effect, right? And so I really want to do that constantly. So if things change and if policies change, new algorithms come into place, I want to keep the course like a living document, almost like a living course. And that's my vision for it. So it's not a static course. I haven't just developed it once and then left it alone, never to be looked at again. Okay, I look at it constantly and I think, okay, is this still relevant? Does this still make sense? So it's 2020 and I made this in 2019. And I'm like, okay, well, the back end of YouTube analytics have changed. So I just revamped all of that. Okay, I'm going to jump into the live chat for a second and see if you guys have any questions up until now. And then we're going to get into the audience development portion of this particular live stream. Your videos are very useful. Thank you so much. Yes, great. Thank you. So important. That is the best way to learn. Yes, Lawrence, I'm assuming you're referring to the fact that it's very step-by-step, which it absolutely is. Remember, you have 3 days to be able to use the coupon code and get $100 off if you think you're ready to get to the next level with your YouTube growth. Hastasilo, love how you roll. Yes. Thank you so much. Mrs. P, how do you go over watch time and how to improve it in your course? So I have an entire module dedicated to how to script your course, which is how to script for maximum engagement. And you know that watch time is all about maximizing your engagement. So how do you keep people watching? And one of the cool things that we do is identify at what point the biggest drops are taking place. And I show you how to do that in the YouTube analytics module, how to identify where to put your info cards in, where to put your calls to action in, where to put the subscribe button on, when to ask people to do this, that, or the other, when to ask them to download something, when should you ask them to go click on something, how do you keep them engaged, and at what point should you do what based on your analytics. So it all comes, see, the thing is, and I've said this before, but I think I need to say it again. What I really love about YouTube is that because it's owned by Google, it gives you really important data points, which can be overwhelming if you don't know what you're looking at, like a series of numbers coming at you and you're like, what the hell is this, right? But if you know how to read it, which is what I show you inside the course, then you know, oh, this is what it was telling me. Oh, this is what it means for my CTR to be this percent, or this is what it means for my average view duration to be X minutes. Oh, all right. And then I help you identify trends inside that. So if you're consistently seeing your, let's say we're discussing watch time right now. So if you're consistently seeing like a watch time of 4 minutes on every video, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and suddenly you make a video that is watched for 7 minutes. What do you do with that? Like, how do you make more? How do you capitalize on it? What is the data telling you? What should you do next? Like, it's so important to be able to not just read the data, but understand it and then use it to inform yourself, to make more informed decisions, really. I mean, that's what I think the key use of data is. So it's not numbers for sake of numbers, but it's numbers to guide your future decision making. And so that's the module that I've updated and included in the course, and which is why I'm offering $100 discount, because I want you to get in and be able to use this information. I don't want you to be stuck. I don't want you to be feeling like, where is this comprehensive step-by-step thing that is going to supercharge my channel? It's called YouTube Launchpad for a reason. There's a rocket on the icon there. There's a reason for that. It literally is going to help you to start, launch, a jumpstart, just get things going, get momentum. That is really what it's all about. How do you know when analytics change? So you have the app, the YouTube Studio app, which you can download on your phone, and you can look at your analytics on a weekly basis or every month. And then you also have the desktop version of the YouTube analytics. And YouTube also sends you a monthly newsletter, and it lets you know how your channel is doing. So you can either go and look at analytics, or you can wait for them to give you that monthly report. But then again, that monthly report basically just tells you, you got these many views or these many subscribers. It doesn't really drill down. It doesn't really help explain trends. It doesn't really help explain what's working and what's not, which is what the course does. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. And also I put a link down to my Patreon. So I understand that not everybody is always either ready to jump straight away into a course, or maybe you're just like, you just found my channel and you're not sure right now whether you want to work with me or buy something from me yet, which is totally fine, and I encourage you to take your time. But I also wanted to put my Patreon link down there in the description. And the thing that we do on Patreon is we do these live streams, and what you can do is you can get specific feedback on your channel. So if you come, you can actually join this live stream with me, and I can give you specific feedback. So if you're asking like, what's a good CTR, we'll look at your channel and see what your CTR is and how you can improve it. If you're asking, well, how do I read this? How do I improve my audience? How do I improve my watch time? How do I improve my views? Whatever it is that you need help with, you can get that by joining the monthly live streams for Patreon. And let me just show you what that looks like as well. So if I share this with you, is this the Patreon? No, this is not the Patreon. This is the Patreon. Hang on one second. There we go. Okay, there we go. So patreon.com/Salma Jafri, right? And I have 3 membership levels. So $3 a month is where you basically say, you know what, Salma, you're creating great content and I want to support you. And I'm going to give you a shout out for that and a thank you. And that's what the $3 a month is. But then this is the one that I was talking about. It's just $15 a month. So if you're not ready to make the course investment yet, you can start with something like this, which hopefully would be an easier thing to say yes to. And you can say, okay, for $15, let's get on a live stream. Let's get some of my questions answered. And let's see, whether I can use the information that we learn in these live streams, and I can use that to make my channel better and to grow faster. And then there's the group coaching tier. And then there's a few more. Then there's the 1-to-1 90-minute session as well. So I have 4 tiers running right now. But this is the one that I'm recommending that you can join if you are wanting some kind of support, and that's all you can afford, then that's totally fine. I'm all about supporting you on whatever level that you're on. Okay, what I want to do is this. I should probably also show you the course as well. All right, never mind. Okay. It's asking how you know when YouTube changes their analytics. Maths teacher, yay! Okay, so YouTube recently changed. I think what you're asking is the YouTube backend. They recently changed that. I mean, it's kind of my job to know that. But they do put out information in terms of communication with the press, and they take out newsletters, and they have a blog and everything, and they have been putting out information that we are shutting down Creator Studio and we need everybody to shift to YouTube Studio. So obviously I follow all of that. I follow all the news updates, and so that's how I know when they have changed their analytics. I follow them everywhere. So sometimes they will make updates on Twitter. Sometimes they will send me emails about their updates. Sometimes their own YouTube channel will share important updates. And of course, it's my job to follow all of that so I can distill that information and share it with you and show you how to make use of that. So that's basically how I get notified of when they're changing their analytics. Okay, let's get into how to find your audience. Now, when I asked you guys this question early on in the stream, some of you said yes and some of you said no. And the question was, do you know who your audience is on YouTube? And if you are not yet making videos and you're struggling in defining your audience, then I have just really one thing to say. You're not going to be able to really clearly define your audience until you actually start creating content. It's as simple as that. It is really, really hard to think in a vacuum and to think in abstract terms and to think, well, you know what, my audience should be women between the ages of 18 and 25 who love makeup and who are, yeah. I mean, you can do that, but I prefer to do it by creating a video and then seeing who's attracted to that video. Like your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So you want to actually put yourself out there, create the content. So all of this has to come from you. Your passion has to come first. The kind of content you want to create has to come first. And then based on what you're putting out there, you can tweak it depending on who's attracted by it. I'll give you some examples of how that works, right? Let's say you want to attract a corporate audience. So you're going to start to follow corporate blogs and see how are they talking? What kind of terminologies are they using? What is their design like? What is their backdrop like? What is their vibe like, right? And then you can be like, oh, if I want to attract a corporate audience, maybe I've got to dress more formally. These are the terms I need to use. Like this happened to me when I first started my my YouTube channel. It was called Content Marketing Tips. And I was talking about buyer psychology and customer acquisition. Like nobody talks about customer acquisition in layman terms, right? It's like on a very corporate level. So I was talking to corporates, and then I realized I don't want to be talking to corporates constantly on my YouTube channel. I want to be talking to individuals. And so I changed my language and I started to attract solopreneurs and freelancers whenever I started to, so language matters How you deliver your content matters. Your topic matters. What words you use to describe your content. All of that is going to determine who the audience is that you are going to attract, right? So if you want to either find an audience or change your current audience, then you have to focus on how you're communicating. And communication is the big umbrella term I'm going to use for everything. So how you dress communicates, how you speak communicates, the words you use communicates, your backdrop communicates, your timings, and how you choose to come on, or either on recorded or on live. All of that is part of your communication strategy. And you can tweak all of these things depending on the kind of audience you want to attract. So tomorrow, if I want to attract like a 13 to 18 gamer audience, which I absolutely do not want to attract. But if I wanted to do that, I mean, I'd start talking in gamer lingo, right? Whatever that might be. I'd probably research, okay, what are like the hottest games? So you get that, right? So whatever audience you want to attract, you have to embody that and be that. So the most important thing is for somebody to see your videos and say, you know what? I relate to this person. And when they make that emotional connection that they relate to you, that is when you have an audience match, an audience creator match. Okay, so let's get into some ways that you can find out who your audience is based on YouTube analytics. So we're going to look at three things. We're going to look at who your audience is based. I'm feeling really hot, by the way. It's all of a sudden these lights are like, oh my God, it's so hot in here. Okay. So the first thing we're going to look at is in your demographics section of your analytics. That's where you're going to find out who your audience is. The second thing we're going to look at is search traffic. What are people searching for when they're finding your video? And then the third thing is suggested. So what topics are your videos being suggested next to, which is going to clue you in who your audience is. Now, this is all if you already are making videos and you just want to get clarity on your audience. What if you're not yet making videos? How can you get clarity on your audience then? So we'll talk about intended audience that you want to attract right after that. Okay. Okay, now let's start off with looking inside your analytics. So I'm not going to do this, I'm not actually going to go inside my analytics right now because that would take too long. And plus I have a video out on it already, which you can go watch, which is if you search for Salma Jaffrey YouTube analytics, you'll be able to see that. But what I want to point out today in this live stream is that if you go to the demographics section of your YouTube analytics, there is a lot of things that you will glean from that. And I'm going to name some of those things. You're going to find out what countries people are watching your videos from. You're going to find out what languages those people speak. You're going to find out how the gender is skewed. So how many male and how many men and how many women are watching your videos. You're going to find out the predominant age demographic that is watching your videos. Right? So what is the age demographic that is the most in terms of watching your videos? And then you can also see what's secondary. Okay. And then if you drill down into your analytics, which again, I show you how to do inside the course, you're going to see stuff like, are people watching on mobile devices or are they watching on desktop? What operating system are people using? What times are they watching you? What days are they watching you? How many have turned on notifications for your channel? And more. There's so much more. So using this information, you can really start to build a profile. Let's say it's like for my channel, the profile is that the average person is more likely to be male between the ages of 24 to 34, is watching on a mobile device and is either an Android user. And if he has a desktop, it's probably PC and not Mac. And so that is the basic profile that my typical audience might have. And he's from the US, so country speaks English, right? So you can just with that like basic information, you can gather so much data. You can understand, okay, like if you notice my videos, they're not overly feminine. I don't do what the trend is these days, all pastel colors and like, oh, all Instagram pretty and all of that. No, I I stick to a very gender neutral stuff because I know that my audience is both men and women. And that's actually really great. I love having a great, an audience which is so like almost 50-50 divided, right? And so for me, I tailor everything that I do to that audience. I want to make sure that I'm not being too feminine oriented, and I'm not being too masculine oriented, but I'm catering to both the genders. And this surprised me in the beginning because I thought that purple would be like more of a color that would attract women more than men, but apparently it attracts men as well. So there you go. And I'm quite happy about that. So yeah. Why would it say 32% other countries? Yeah, so you can actually drill down and see what those other countries are. And, the important thing is like, look at the majority. So 33% might be the minority in terms of views. And you want to see what is the majority coming in. So where is most of your viewership coming in from? That is your core audience. And you always want to be able to cater to your core audience unless you are intentionally making a shift and you're like, okay, I don't want to serve this audience anymore, right? But other than that, you always want to focus on your core audience. Okay, so that was the first thing. You want to look inside your analytics and then drill down into your demographics, down to what device people are using, what operating system they're using, their age, their language, their country, all of that data, right? Okay, the next thing you want to do is look at search traffic. So you want to look at what kind of keywords are people typing to get to your content. Now that is going to give you a lot of information about who your audience is. So for my channel, I get a lot of keywords about tech related stuff, right? So let's say TubeBuddy tutorial, which is like a software tutorial, or how to go live on YouTube, which is again tech related. Or I'll get stuff like, so that's one category. The other category that I get a lot is communication related. How to speak on camera, how to present yourself, how to talk without forgetting what you want to say, how to not ramble, how to speak fluently, how to not be awkward and shy, how to make meaningful content, right? And so really you need to, so when you see the keywords that people are using to get to your content, that will clue you in into what kind of an audience you're looking at and what kind of an audience you're attracting. So I can tell by the keywords that my audience is typing to find my content that they're shy about getting on camera. They have tech hangups, perhaps, about getting on camera, and they want to be able to use technology, but they want somebody to make it simple and easy for them. So they want easy communication. So if you notice in my videos, I don't talk fast, right? I actually slow down my pace because I know that my audience is trying to understand concepts. They're trying to understand tech concepts, and they're trying to understand communication concepts. And to be able to explain those concepts, I slow down my speech just a little bit to make sure that my speech is more articulate, that people don't have to keep going back and thinking, oh, what did she say there? What did she say that? Oh, I didn't quite get that. She went too fast for me. I don't want people saying that because I know my audience is slightly skewed towards older people. So it's like, the slightly older demographic and people who want to understand things step by step. So that is the insight that you can glean by seeing what terms people are using, what search terms people are using to find your content. And again, this information is freely available inside your YouTube analytics. How do you drill down? That's exactly what I explain inside the course, right? That's exactly what I explain. We only use phone and iPad to read analytics. Do you need to use the desktop? So I would say that on a surface level, like an everyday level, the phone is fine, which is how I use it as well. Like on everyday, I will look at my stats and I'll see trends and I'll drill down like 28 days, 90 days, and so on. But if you really want to understand what is happening and you want to really intelligently use this information, then desktop allows you to drill down way more than the phone is going to do. So you can't actually right? Awesome. But yeah. Okay, let me know if you guys can still see me because it's telling me my connection is a bit unstable, but I think we're back. So I'm going to continue. So that's always so distracting to see. But what was I saying? Hang on. So YouTube search and the kind of terms people are using is going to clue you into the kind of audience that you're attracting, and then it'll clue you into how to use, how to make more content for that audience. And of course, I go deep into all of this inside YouTube Launchpad, right? So if you want the data and if you're like a stats nerd like me, and if you want the step-by-step, it's all inside the course. All right. The third thing I want to talk about is suggested traffic. So I kind of want you to make a Venn diagram in your imaginary head right now. Okay. So the first circle you're going to draw is what you know. What you know. You know a plethora of stuff. You've got experience and education and so many years of stuff going on. So that's one ball here, right, in our Venn diagram. What you know. The second circle we're going to make is what is their demand for? And then the Venn is the intersecting point. So what you know and what there is demand for. And the intersecting space is where you need to be. So you want to be able to talk about things that you know, things about that you love, your passions, things that are energize you, invigorate you, all of that. But also, if there's no demand for that, you're not gonna grow, right? It's as simple as that. So you have to be able to find a large enough group that is also interested in what you want to talk about. So if you want to talk about some obscure kind of gardening technique that nobody really wants to know about, then you're going to struggle to grow, right? So you've got to find a niche that has representation. Okay, how do we do that? So I want you to look into your suggested. And how do we look into suggested? So here's what we do is we look at what videos are suggesting our content. And YouTube Analytics will tell you exactly what videos are suggesting your content. So I'm going to give you some examples. Some of the top videos that are suggesting my content are: how do you start a YouTube channel step-by-step for beginners? How do you make a video with your phone? How can you edit a video with your phone? How can you write a video script? How can you speak naturally on camera? And you bet that I have made videos on all of these topics. And you know why? Because when these videos are suggesting my videos, that means that YouTube is making a connection between my channel and those videos. That means that a channel that is talking about how to make videos with your phone is suggesting my content, right? That means people that are watching their content want to come to my channel and then get more related and similar content, right? So I'm now thinking, oh, okay. So my audience wants to be able to use their phone device to be able to make videos. So I should be talking about how you can do photos on your phone, how you can do videos on your phone, how you can do editing on your phone, how you can maximize your social media usage on your phone. Now, these are all topics that are going to start to brim in my head, right? So you want to use this data. You want to see what videos you are being suggested next to. And that is going to show you, oh, okay, this is what my audience wants to see. Hence, I should make related, similar, more detailed, more in-depth, unique content around these topics, right? So the minute you start being suggested next to certain topics, you want to look in your analytics and see what those videos are. And then you're going to start to understand your audience better. Oh, okay. Well, my audience wants to know how to use their phone to make videos, and they're on Android. So I should probably give them like a list of top 10 apps on Android to use to edit their videos. I literally just came up with that. But that is how you do it, right? And that's how my mind works. Like, I'm making these connections constantly, right? You want to put these pieces of data together. You want to see, oh, well, if this is happening and this is happening, and I combine this, that's my audience. You can see I'm getting like overexcited. Like stats does that to me, right? Okay, calm down and calm down. All right. Callie is asking, how do you find a niche that's not completely saturated? Good question. Good question. So, the way I would probably do it is I would look at a relatively new channel in that niche. If I can find a new channel that is doing well, and like what is doing well? So doing well is subjective. How do I measure doing well? So I'm going to go to that new channel. Okay, let me start again. So let's say you're in the niche of makeup, which is pretty saturated, right? So I'm going to try and find an like I wanted, let's say my niche is, and I'm trying to see if this niche is saturated or not. So I'm trying to say, okay, think of an example here. Let's say a natural makeup look, or actually, no, that won't do. Let's say makeup for older women. Well, let's say that's my niche. Okay. Now, what I would do to find out if it's saturated or not is I would type in a topic, and this is kind of going into what I wanted to talk about next, but let me just talk about it right now. I would type in makeup for over 50 women, or makeup techniques, or makeup tips, or skincare for over 50, or how to do a winged eyeliner for older women. Like I would put these keywords into YouTube and press search. And then I would see, okay, what's coming up? What kind of channels and videos are coming up? So YouTube is going to give me all these results and say, watch this video, watch this video, whatever. I'm going to take a look at those videos and I'm going to see, okay, is there a channel that is creating fresh content that just started, maybe 6 months ago, 3 months ago, 1 year ago? And is it doing well? So I'm going to go look at their most popular videos. Let's say their most popular video got 15,000 views and they only have 100 subscribers. And anytime I see a skewed ratio like that, where you have a handful of subscribers, but way more views on that video, that tells me one word: demand. That means the niche is not too saturated. That means there is a humongous level of demand in that topic, and that if people are being able to get so many more views, like they only have like 100 subscribers, but they're getting like 15,000 views, that means more than just their subscribers are watching. That means there's demand in that topic. So the way to find a niche that's not completely saturated is to type in a question in that niche, see who comes up for those results, see how old their channel is, and do they have some breakout hits? If they have breakout hits, that means the niche is not saturated. If they're not growing and they're not getting a lot of views and they're not having any breakout hits, that means the niche might be saturated, but you want to sort of drill down and see, okay, is that a trend? Is that just one channel, or are there 10 other channels that are just stagnating in this niche? Right? So yes, it is interesting. It is. Thank you so much. I am a genius. Can you use those search terms as video search tags? Yes, absolutely, you can. And so this is what I was going to come to with the intended audience. So if you don't have an audience yet, how do you find an audience? The same technique that I just described. So you do what I call a competitor analysis, where whatever you want to rank for, whatever you want to make a video on, whatever topic you want to make a video on, you type that topic in the YouTube search bar and see what videos come up for those results. Then you go and see what the top videos are for those channels. So you sort by most popular videos. So let's say I want to see if the women makeup for older women is their market. Is there a market for it, right? So I'm going to type in something in the search bar, how to do makeup for older women. I'm going to see the search results. I'm going to click on the channels that come up. Then I'm going to go and see their most popular videos. And then I'm going to go in the comments section of their most popular videos and see who is commenting on those videos. Is it the right demographic? So you would expect that older women would be commenting on those, right? So I want to go and see, okay, is this channel attracting this demographic that I want to attract? Like this audience that I want to attract. And if they are with that topic, they are attracting, then I know I'm on the right track. If they, on the other hand, they're full of spam and they're attracting teenager boys, then obviously that's a total mismatch. And I'm like, okay, well, this topic or this niche is not where I want to head, because I do not want to attract teenager boys. I want to attract women over 40, let's say. So you just want to do this competitor analysis, and you want to go and see the audience. And I can tell you right now that a large part of my time is spent in looking at the comments that other channels get. And I'll tell you why this is so important. And if you just set aside 10 minutes, a week to do this, it's going to give you so many aha moments. You're going to go to another channel, and there's going to be a comment in there of somebody saying, you know what, I tried this technique and that technique, and this video is the one that helped me. And you know what that's going to show you? That's going to show you that you should be talking about how you could use that technique or that technique, right? So let's say we're talking about, I know I saw some videos once when I was doing some research for a client on if you have like a hooded eye, then how to apply eyeshadow for a hooded eye. And people are like, I've been doing it wrong all my life, right? So what you would want to do then is make a video on what not to do or how not to apply eyeshadow if you have hooded eyes, right? So by drilling into the comment section and seeing what are the things people are talking about, you're going to get ideas for your content and tap into gaps in the market, stuff that people are not talking about, that big YouTube channels are not making videos on. The juice is all inside the comment section, inside your competitor's comment section. So whoever your competitor is, like your competitor is anybody who's making the content you want to make. You go to them, you go take a look, what are the kind of comments that they're getting? What are people's frustrations? Because people inside YouTube comments, oh my God, they don't hold back. Have you seen YouTube comments, guys? It's like people share everything. They share their frustrations and their pain points and their life and their, the things that worked and things that didn't work. And it's a gold mine of information inside popular channels comment section. And nobody takes the time to scroll through 300 comments, but you will, because you're on this live stream, and I'm going to tell you that you go the extra mile. You're going to go a lot further than that. You're going to go a lot further, but you're going to go the extra mile, and you're going to do the thing that nobody else is doing, right? You're going to go into the comment section and get that data. Tell me if you will. Give me a big yes in the live stream. If you're going to go today to your competitors' channel, look at their most popular videos, and then read the comments. Keep like a notepad and pen with you, and write down people's frustrations. Write down what people are saying. Oh my God, I never knew I could do this. Or wow, this information blew me away. Or this was my biggest frustration. Write those down. That is your gold mine, guys. That is your gold mine. Awesome. Lots of yeses coming in. Awesome. Okay. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. I'm going to ask you to at least check out both the links that I have down in the description below. Check out the Patreon. See if that is the kind of model that you want to start working with me with, perhaps. Check out the course. You have 3 days to get $100 off if you have decided that now is the time. This is the moment. I am the person who you want to choose to learn from. And of course, you can choose whoever else. But if you choose me, of course, I'm going to be very honored. And it would be my pleasure to guide you and help you. And I also want to say that, I will be sharing a lot more of the behind the scenes of what's happening. So March is a big month for me, and there is a ton of stuff happening. So if you want to sort of watch like my daily struggle and my daily work and my daily challenges and what I talk about every day, then follow me on Instagram. That's the place where I share sort of like a vlog style daily stuff. So it's Instagram.com/Salma Jaffrey. So I'm lucky I have like Salma Jaffrey everywhere, because apparently no other Salma Jaffrey wants to build a personal brand. And I got my name everywhere. So I'm like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere I'm Salma Jaffrey. So it's really easy to find me. But yeah, that's what I'm going to say, go do next, right? Either join Patreon or join the course and follow me on Instagram. Those are my 3 CDAs for you today. Thank you, Kelly. This is fantastic information. Yes, right. Look by the video or channel. So for topics, look by the video. And then for a broader strategy, you can look channel specific as well. So great. Thank you so much. You're the second person to talk about the comment section. It really makes sense. Thank you, Lawrence. Yes. Thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. This has been so much fun for me. I'm going to catch you again in another live stream a few weeks from now. I will announce it before I do it. But thank you so much for joining. And I hope to see you in some way. I hope to work with you. And I hope that this was valuable for you. Either way, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Take care. Have a great weekend and a great March, and happy leap year. Should I say happy leap year? February 29th. So there you go. Happy leap year. All right. Bye. Take care.